The first thing I want to show you is I want to walk through this sample, and this is going to be kind of our guiding sample for the Great Nation of Futurity, okay? So again, here's the prompt, and then here's the thesis. O'Sullivan aims to stimulate the emerging sense of American nationalism in order to give assurance of America's future prosperity. So good, right? We're talking about nationalism and why he's trying to get us to move westward, right? In the first half, O'Sullivan focuses on the moral principles on which America has been built, eliminating doubts as to whether or not America's expansion is just. Right? So now we're talking about the morality of what we're doing and the reason why we're looking at the morality. Okay? Upper half, lower half? Upper half. Okay? O'Sullivan parallels the crucial factor of the natural rights of citizens in moral, political, and national life with the nation's happiness, its greatness, and its duration, specifying these elements as proportionate to the democratic equality in government. So here we're identifying the language, right? This parallelism of structure exemplifies how synonymous and dependent all aspects of a nation are on the prosperity of its citizens through the order of O'Sullivan's group. So now we're talking about the parallelism and the order of the parallelism and the purpose of it, right? O'Sullivan places massive importance, yuck, I don't like that, on moral principle first in order to show that happiness and prosperity are reliant upon it. Again, looking at purpose of the same piece of evidence. Additionally, O'Sullivan groups both the cause and effect of democratic equality in threes to parallel the Declaration of Independence, which stated 3 unalienable rights in order to unify the diverse country under the document that created it. Holy cow. That right there is really insightful. So, what you want to look at is look at the amount of evidence and look at the amount of analysis. And I would say that would be a little bit of the analysis too. So look at the portions, right? Upper half, lower half? Upper. In the second half, O'Sullivan envisions the divine reinforcement behind American innovation in order to give citizens the morale to strive for greatness without hesitation. I'm done. So notice, again, now we're looking at the big reason, and then this is the purpose for it. As he explains what America has been entrusted to become, O'Sullivan imagines how its floor shall be a hemisphere, its roof the firmament of the star-studded heavens, and its congregation a union of many republics. This use of a metaphor, so now we're talking about purpose, creates a sense of overwhelming grandeur in America as a strong, separate nation with a heavenly mission. The image, again, now we're talking about language again, of a peaceful union under gorgeous star-filled skies foretells the success to come, with heaven watching from directly above. Purpose again. This relationship with the heavens is a literal representation of the figurative phrase of being one nation, of being a nation under God, and doing so supplements divine support behind the nation's endeavors. Purpose. With this support and ideal society in mind, citizens could work together with similar goals under similar principles, ensuring more success and a stronger sense of togetherness. Purpose. Upper half, lower half. Okay? So when we talk about upper half, we talk about evens. So 6 and 8. So where are we closer to? 8. Okay? Is it a 7? So now we're going to look at 7, 8, 9. So look at a 7. The definition of a 7 is a 6 plus one more thing done well. Right? So one more thing being more thorough, better prose, something along those lines. Is it a 7 or is it more than a 7? Okay, so if it's more than a 7, let's look at the 8. What in the definition of the 8 makes this an 8? What's convincing? What part of it? It's they. They worked in a group. What would you say is convincing? The explanation. So for me, on an 8, and you look at convincing to me is showing me something that I think I haven't seen, like this connection to the Declaration of Independence. Wow, that's really good, right? So convincing is you're showing me possibly something that I haven't seen or haven't thought to see before, right? What else in the explanation of the 8 do you think makes it an 8? It's well developed. If this was a full paper, I mean, there are kind of 2 chunks in there. I would think that this would be even more. That there would be more to these paragraphs than just this. What else did you say? Insightful. It is insightful. I would say insightful. So, is it an 8? Y'all, it's a 9.
Ow! Who was that? Whose paper was that?
It's a 9. I would say this is a 9 because the insightfulness, the convincing, I would say the one thing better that this does than the 8 is the prose, the maturity of sentence structure. So the style. So this for me is a 9.
Are you not allowed to tell us who it is?
I don't remember. I don't remember. I think it was in HD's group. I think HD wrote this. These are my kids from last year. Yeah.
That's not.
These are my kids from last year. What I like showing this is they wrote this the same time you guys did. About as far in. They also, what I like about this is that these are kids that are upstairs right now. So these aren't kids from the College Board samples that we don't know, and we're like, of course, they're going to pull that one out. Like, this was a 9 written in October of last year. Okay? So you're talking about some understanding that happened here, right? But what I want to show you is that these are people that sat through what you guys sat through. They were struggling like you guys were struggling, and then got to the point to where they finally kind of something clicked, right? So something will click eventually if you're putting in the work to allow it to click. All right? All right, you ready to jump into yours?
No.
Why don't you show